Yes, people, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football. We're back again with another video. I got my boy CB in the building to talk about the big London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea. It means everything to Chelsea because they haven't been able to beat us 3 times this season. So they're going to try to come to our house and beat us. And also they need it for financial reasons, Champions League reasons. They need to finish in the top 5. And after having such a good start to the season, you would think they would have had top 5 wrapped up by now. As for Arsenal, we need this game because nothing.
I don't like the intro. I don't like that intro. Let's do that.
What do you mean?
Let's start that over. I sensed already the tone. Like, come on.
No, because this means more to you now than it did when we came to your house. When we came to your house, it was like we're in a title race. You can't drop points. It was all pressure on Arsenal. Now pressure's on you too. You drop points to Leeds, drop points to Burnley. CB, I'm sorry, but there is pressure. I'm not Liga in these guys.
I'm not running from the pressure. I'm not running from the pressure. 100% there's pressure, yeah. But let's be honest, yeah. If we were to lose, let's say 2-1 or something this Sunday, the feedback and the result and the impact would not be as big as you guys losing 2-1 on Sunday. Oh, mind you, we haven't lost to you guys in 10 games. I'm not saying there's no pressure, but the pressure is definitely much more on you guys. This has the potential to derail your season. That's why. I didn't
get to my part.
Yeah, but it seemed as though there was a thing. I had to make that clear. Okay, CB, go on.
You do know we play any club in the world. Arsenal's the headline. You know that, right?
Thinking about getting into crypto.
Oh, what are we doing?
No, I'm dead serious. Right now, we are the main character of world football. Everyone's talking about Man City have to stop Arsenal from winning the league. You have Inter fans, Barcelona fans, Real Madrid fans. Everyone's just talking about how Arsenal fans are insufferable, this, that. The reality is we have been the butt of everyone's joke for the last decade plus. And they don't want that to end. Hence why they're hoping, they're praying we don't win.
Do you know, I found out something mad like yesterday, did you know?
Yeah.
That the last time Arsenal won the league, Rosa Parks was still alive. We found this out yesterday on my stream. Couldn't believe it. 2005, she passed away. Obviously, God rest her soul, you know. But 2005, she passed away. Bro, you haven't won. Imagine being just realize that's crazy.
Crazy? I'm gonna say something else. Twitter didn't exist.
Yeah, that's not that's obviously we can Sean Paul was like probably the biggest artist in the world at the time.
Bro, I remember people used to do this for Liverpool. Remember, Liverpool didn't win the league for 30 years, and people used to quote all the things that used to happen back when Liverpool were thing. You could probably search up the #1 hit in 2004. What was it? Sean Paul Temperature or something like that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or Usher with Little John and everything. What was it? Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I want to ask you, yeah. Obviously, going into this game is
you kind of hijacked the whole intro. I love it.
Sorry. Go on, do what you gotta do.
I was gonna say, do you not agree that there is pressure on Chelsea also, but Arsenal have to win this league from the position that we've been in for the last couple of years, not winning. We have to win this league. So in order to do that, we have to win this game. So I agree with you. There's more pressure on Arsenal. But the final thing I was gonna say is it me or do your players keep ducking us, bro?
Oh, I wouldn't say ducking. I think your manager's performs dark magic. And this is why you also don't win, because at the end of the day, bro, the dark arts there's a kickback in it. But every single time we play, you guys, Kukurea right now is hamstring injury. Fofana suspended. Last time there was no Reece James for both legs. Esteban had family issues. Palmer weren't fully fit. Like there's always something. Like we've never when have we actually played you with our best 11? And that's not an excuse. I'm not saying that's why we don't win games. Blah blah blah. I'm not. It is what it is. Whatever. Like we faced you last time at home in the league without Saliba or Gabriel. So injuries isn't enough of an excuse. You can still get a result. But I think your manager does some dodgy stuff. It don't make no sense. But you're the only team where we have this issue as well.
Hey, I don't know about Lavia's always injured. Cucurella, that's just unfortunate for him. Fofana, he did that to himself, to be honest. I have no sympathy on that end. Same with Caicedo. He got himself sent off. twice
Huh?
during the game, once before the game. And then Esteval. Where did the Esteval injury come from?
He had a hamstring injury in training, I think. I'm not even really sure about that. He's been traded this week. I personally don't think he starts, but hopefully he's available in it. But
All right.
I'm gonna be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a cock, Egal. You know, I'm not. So I'm not gonna
Who
come
would
here
say
and
you are?
say, "Oh, we're gonna like you guys are gonna roll past us. You will beat us. We have no answer." Like I'm Chelsea at the end of the day. Like I go into the Emirates, I have to go into the game saying we're gonna win because that's all I know. That's what like prior to the Carabao Cup semi-final, the last time I went to Emirates was when Lukaku dunked on you guys. That was so it's like I know what we are. Now, my issue is not even really with you guys or who's available or whatever. For me, it's very simple. If these players, after the way they've dropped points already against Burnley and Leeds, and then go into the bye in between to then drop points later down, if these players can't show up and get a result against an Arsenal team which are about to win their first league title in 22 years, make the city red for the first time since 2004, if them lot go and do that, then simply I don't care who gets sold part of that batch. I don't care what at the end of the day, who are these players to me? I've seen Lampard leave, Drogba leave, Hazard leave. I'm at that point, to be honest. It's like if you guys are at the point where you want to go and bend over backwards for Arsenal and now propel them to a league title because 5-0 was already a mad thing, but I'll allow it because everyone said Poch tax. Oh, Poch tax and the squad, if you look at that starting 11 was horrific. So fair enough. But if they allow you guys to get a result this weekend, I'm washing hands with all these players. I swear, I'm not going to be doing debates. Oh, this guy is so good. Oh, combined 11, he can get in the team. Oh, Palmer and Caicedo are so good. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. All of them can go. I couldn't care less. That's the point. That's what this match means to me. That's why it's important.
I seen a video you posted, and you post a lot of videos, but can you give me what's with the black spray? Because I keep seeing it. By the way, I got a Turkish barber. I don't do no black spray, but I'll tell you this. Talk to me, man. Where does this whole black spray thing come from? Because I seen a video with you talking about, should I play it? I should play it, shouldn't I? Give people understanding of what we're talking about. I seen a video of you speaking about your manager saying that you knew the moment you seen him with black spray that this wasn't going to go well, and this was the moment where things were going bad.
This was the indication for me that the season was over. This is the indication for me that there's no Champions League football. Like, I'm not even going to be losing my hair stressing over Champions League football. It's gone.
You serious, bro?
You don't get it, bro. You don't get it. Look, bro, I'll be honest. Egal, yeah?
Yeah.
You see with the black spray, already, like, if I just, like, it's a massive character flaw anyway to just be chasing perfection and not just, you know what I'm saying, being great through whatever appearance issues you have. Like, I think of the best players in the world when I was growing up. Iron Robin, meaty hairline. He wasn't trying to do dodginess to fix it. Iniesta, meaty hairline. He wasn't doing dodginess to fix it. Henry, meaty hairline. They weren't doing dodginess. They knew what it was and they accepted it. All of this cutting corners, chasing perfection. But when it comes to our team, like already, anytime there's been black spray involved, we've been finished. I think about life as a Chelsea fan before the black spray ever touched our club. Champions of Europe, Champions Leagues, back-to-back finals under Thomas Tuchel. You know, we were winning the Super Cup, all sort of great things. The moment black spray came into Chelsea, the 2022-23 season. Do you blame
HD cuts or do you blame the players?
But it's a combination of both. I think it's the players because it's a mentality issue. You're focusing on the wrong thing. I'm seeing guys not getting into 50-50s and second balls. They don't want to mess up the hairline. They're doing all that mad stuff. And I look at the greatest teams in the world. Who had black spray in the Pep Guardiola Barcelona team? Who had black spray in Jose Mourinho's Chelsea? Who had black spray for the Inter Milan treble winning team? Who had black spray?
Did it even exist back then, to be honest? Did they even do enhancements?
Oh, this is what I'm saying. They're hustling backwards. Stop cutting corners. You know what I'm saying? If you're insecure about the hairline, it is what it is. And
what I'm hearing is you got too many pretty boys at Chelsea and you want more rough people. You want
It's
people who
not
are
even just
going in the
recruiting players,
trenches.
but they focused on the wrong things. They're just focused on the wrong things generally, and this is what happens. This is what happens, and everyone used to always say to me, "Oh, CB, you're dragging it, black spray." Da, 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 da. Robert Sanchez took up the black spray. He's had probably one of the best redemption arcs I've seen from a goalkeeper, and I don't know. Someone can give me examples. I don't know. For me, Robert Sanchez, since he's taken off the black spray, has been top draw. Levi Colwill took off the black spray. He was one of the key defenders in our team in the race to get top 4 last season, and also for the Club World Cup. He was top. We got rid of Noni and Sancho. Now, obviously, you could argue, are we a better
Nani's been
side?
decent for us.
Define decent.
He helped us out in the Champions League when Bukayo Saka was injured. He covered. I'm not saying he's amazing. Where'd he go? What the hell?
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I think it was the Noni prop.
Nah, I'm just saying. Obviously, he's not worth the 52 million we paid for him, but for cover, he's been quality cover in my opinion. Like he's been able to get a job done. I'm not saying he's amazing. I'm not saying he's 10 out of 10, but you know what? Nowadays, 50 million is a bench player. Apparently, 50 million gets you a bench player nowadays. The market's gone mad.
Well, the market's mad. I don't think he's worth 50 million. I do think there's a player there. I'm not one of them Chelsea fans that just.
He's the last Chelsea player to score against us.
Yeah, that's mad. At the Emirates.
No, in general.
At the Emirates.
When was the last time? Oh yeah,
Alaba scored against you guys the other day. Garnacho
at the Bridge is different, yeah. But at the Emirates, when was the last? He was the last person to score against us.
That's fair. And we got smoked that game. I think we lost 3-1. He scored a consolation goal, and he went on Twitter and Instagram and wrote a paragraph about how happy he was. So I mean, that's the mentality. Look, I'll be real. I don't think he's like shit. I'm not gonna pretend he's shit. The thing is with Noni though, is like I think he needs to go to a team and where they rely on him to be the best player on the team.
The problem is you didn't upgrade on him.
Oh, that's a whole separate issue, which we can get into. That's a whole separate issue. I just think in general, Noni, like, unless you have so much patience and you want to like actually develop him, of a coach that actually platforms him, he needs to go to a team like a Bournemouth or something and be the best player.
What would be perfect for him if he went to Dortmund or something like that.
That's also good. That's also a good move.
But right now, what he is for us, he's like Doku. He's just he's a guy who gives problems to teams, to opponents. He gives problems, wins us fouls high up the pitch, creates set pieces, and if he can get into a box and have some delivery or score a goal, fair play to him. He scored goals back-to-back games against did he score against Wolves? No, it wasn't Wolves. What game was it? He scored in the cup, and then he scored against Brentford. So yeah, I think that was what it was. But I forget exactly which 2 games he scored in, because Wolves Saka scored. It wasn't that game. I'm blanking right now. I can't think of the game that he scored.
He scored against Leeds.
Leeds, yeah, directly from the corner. He's improved his corners since he's been here.
Okay,
that's one thing I'll give him.
Can I ask you something? What's like a good season for you? Like, what are your targets at this point of the year?
League title, Carabao Cup, domestic double minimum.
Okay, so if you don't win the league, you're not happy. And Carabao and that's it wouldn't be enough for you.
Bro, the only compliment I'll give to the team if we don't win the league is you better go win the Champions League. Basically, this season is do or die for the team. This manager, at least. I love Mikel Arteta. I rate him highly, but it's been too many years for us coming short for it to be a talent problem at this point. Surely at this point, if we don't get over the line, it is a managerial issue.
So you're at that point, because I first ever saw your content as you being like super Arteta.
I'm still pro Arteta, but there comes a point where this is not do or die for this Arsenal project or these players. This is do or die for Mikel Arteta getting it over the line, because we have been in such a comfortable position all season. I do believe we're going to go on to win, and I do believe Mikel Arteta is going to be here for the long term. But if we don't, that's where we have that discussion. So when it comes to this, what I'm setting for our expectations have to be high. We have to go for either the league or the Champions League, and nothing less is a failure. If we win a domestic double, that's a failure of a season, in my opinion.
Mm.
And it's not even about, oh, I'm saying it's a failure of the season because I don't think a domestic double would be enough to keep people saying, you know what, we go again with Arteta next year.
When you say that, are you talking about rivals? Because I think you need to
I think the club will keep him no matter what. I'm talking about it from my perspective as a fan who sees the club in a comfortable position in the title race, really strong position in the Champions League. I feel like we should come away with at least one of them. We're good enough to win at least one of them.
I like the standard, but you need to remember who you are. And I don't mean this in like to rage bait or to be disrespectful, but obviously
you are who you are until you do something about it. And that's what I want this season.
That's fair. But I look at it like since 2004, you've only won FA Cups. Community Shield.
Since Roman left, you guys have become Arsenal.
I mean, we still winning trophies though. So I get what you're saying. Look, I'm not trying to do the whole Arsenal Chelsea. You've only won FA Cups. If he was to win a Carabao Cup, which a trophy you haven't won in 6 years already, but even if he had won,
bro, 33.
Sorry,
we haven't won the Carabao Cup in 33 years.
No, I'm saying a trophy in general. You haven't won in 6 years.
Yeah, true.
So if you got a Carabao Cup, you would live with that. No. If you got a domestic double, you would live with that. Let's not I
wouldn't tell you would live with just top 5. So you
but
have to understand.
That doesn't mean anything. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like for example, if you said Chelsea haven't won a domestic trophy in 9 years, or in 7 years, almost 8 years now, and you said you live with an FA Cup, I'll be like, you know what? Fair enough. Even though I want to win the Champions League this season.
Okay, but this is how you view it. Let me flip it. Arsenal's been in the title race with Man City for 3 out of the last 4 years, and in those 3 out of those last 4, 2 out of those last 4 years, 2 out of those last 3 years, I mean, Liverpool won 1, City won 2, and Arsenal was in second place for those 3 years in a row. So based on the level that we've been second, and the investment that we've made, we finally have to break through and get that trophy. If we don't do it this year, I don't know when we will. And this is why this game versus Chelsea is so important for us. We have to win this game because we're at home, and we have to basically be flawless from now to the end of the season, or else we're giving Man City another chance to win a league title under our noses.
No, I understand. I definitely understand. Obviously, it's the optics second consistently. Do you watch? Are you an NBA guy?
Yeah, of course. I grew up in Toronto,
Canada. Raptors, yeah?
Raptors. Okay. I got my shirt right here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So I get what you're saying. I'm asked because you know how the sport is, because I think the NBA landscape in terms of championship teams is much more fast paced than football. But my point is that, do you believe that the championship window, or the window of winning the Premier League, is kind of closing, and that's why you want to win ASAP?
Arteta as a man, let me give you the perfect example. Right now, we're in a situation where the manager's window is closing. The team's window is still open. It's the manager's window is closing. This could be a situation where we get rid of Arteta and we bring in a Steve Kerr and we just win. Something like that. I'm not saying Arteta's a problem. I'm just saying right now we haven't won with him in charge for the last couple of years, and I don't think the window is a problem. I think I don't think the Champions window is a problem, because the team and the age of the team and the profile of all the players that we have are at an age that we don't necessarily have to worry about the championship window closing. I think a team that has to worry about that is Liverpool. Liverpool right now, their window seems like it might be near shut, and they will have to rebuild and bring it again. I don't think it's a situation where you're going to see them challenging for the league next season.
I think with Arteta going, firstly, I do think you win a trophy this season. I do think if you beat us this weekend, you guys are one step there into winning that trophy. These are one of your last few difficult fixtures that you have in the league. You've kind of gone to all the difficult away grounds already. Obviously, I know you got to go to City away, but as things stand, you're 1 foot closer to winning the league. So if you let in a complete disaster of a second half of the season, you collapse and don't win the league, and you were to sack this manager, I do think a rebuild may be imminent. Maybe not a mass rebuild. I think your defense is solid. I do think the midfield will have to get moved around. I do think some attackers will have to get moved around. I don't think
why would we need to rebuild when the team is so complete, CB? We're only really policing one area of the pitch.
And what area is that attacking?
Left wing. Everywhere else is pretty much sorted. Saka is probably one of the best in his position. You look at the midfield. I feel like we got all those areas in the midfield kind of covered. Maybe you can bring in some better profiles if we replace one or two pieces. Defensively, I think we're solid across the whole back line. We don't need to change anything with the back line.
Can I ask you something? How many world-class players do you think you have?
Right now, depends. What do you consider world class? Do you consider top 3 in their position, top 3 in the league, or
I'll say top 5 in their position, top 3,
okay,
top
so
5.
Then in that case, I would say both are center backs. I would say Saka. I would say Rice, and arguably, I think those are the guaranteed 4. But if you want to make a case for a Timber and a Raya, so be it. But right now, I would say 4.
Okay.
Minimum.
Okay. It's nice to. I don't know. I spoke to Arsenal fans yesterday, and they didn't have this approach. So it's interesting to see how different people rate the squad. You know, I wanted to.
How many players can you actually name that are better than Saka at the right wing position? Not many.
Lamine Yamal, Michael Olise,
that's
Ousmane Dembele, Desiree Doué. That's already 4 man.
You see how you have to name a Ballon d'Or winner, a second in Ballon d'Or candidate, and a guy who has 30 G.
How we look at football. So you're just a Ballon d'Or winner makes you world class. Second in Ballon d'Or, you're probably world class. Like Rafinha, obviously I wouldn't put Rafinha there, but he can play there, but he's left wing, so I wouldn't do that. But amongst wingers in general, Saka isn't top 5.
You're putting him amongst the best in the world.
But that's what being world class is. You have to put them amongst the best of the world. I'm just giving you 4 men in his position that are better than him, bro.
I personally disagree. I don't think Olise or Doué are better than him. I think they've won. If you want to say they've won trophies that he hasn't,
no, I think about winning trophies. I just think they are better footballers than him. They got that like in 2020.
Now you're doing a dangerous thing. Football is based on talent. Are you talking about effectiveness? That's a different story, because there's players who are more effective that are not as good footballers.
Okay, let's just do pure ability. Yeah, in 2026, does Saka have a better first touch than Michael Olise?
I don't think so.
Is Saka more creative than Michael Olise? Is he a better playmaker than him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's a better passer.
Is he a better 1v1 dribbler than Michael Olise?
No, he's not a better 1v1 dribbler.
Is he a better ball striker than Michael Olise?
No, he's not a better shooter than Olise.
Okay. But Saka's better than him.
Yeah, all around, he's more effective.
Okay.
Olise and Saka play in the same Champions League. He plays in a firing Bayern. And Saka is still out producing him in that same competition.
Bayern. Why are we doing firing Bayern? You guys have 4
because everyone's firing in that Bayern team.
How many world-class players do Bayern have? Not more than you. According to your metric, you have 4. So
fairs. They probably have less world-class players, but they at this moment in time they're scoring goals for fun. Their attack is a lot more fluid. Their attack's a lot more better.
And who plays a role, a key role in the fluidity of that attack?
Harry Kane.
Okay, I'm not saying who plays a key role.
Diaz also.
Oh my god. Okay, man.
They're top 3 in GA in the world. So obviously all 3 of them have a big part to play.
At least
are you in the camp that Cole Palmer is better than Saka? Are you one of those guys that he should be starting for England and everything?
Cole Palmer at his best, yeah. The way he's performing this season, not really. But at his best, yeah, I do. I do
You're
think so.
on to a lot of your players lately. I noticed Cole
I'm
Palmer.
honest. I'm like one of the few Chelsea fans like who doesn't lie about the players they rate. I'll be honest when they play shit, you know, because we have a thing in our fan base where we only talk about the scapegoats. Like we have our scapegoats: Delap, Neto, Garnacho, Gusto, Chalobah.
Some of them were never good enough.
Them man, I agreed, but it's like they're the reason for everything, and I don't like that. Like, I'm like I started watching. I used to watch First Take and First Things First and all of that stuff. You know, Skip and Shannon. Like I used to watch that Undisputed. I used to watch that before I used to watch football YouTube. How I look at this stuff is the same way NBA man will look at it. I judge the number one option. I judge the guys that are actually world class that are going to lead us to places. We're not having think pieces and 2-hour rants about
What's your expectations? You asked me.
I want to win the Champions League.
Do you really think you have what it takes to win it, though? Do you have the defense? Do you have the creativity? Do you have the attack?
The badge is enough.
Come on, bro. It's not about the badge. You need the actual quality. At least
that's what I said.
At least Thomas Tuchel had a defense.
You know, when I was in America, yeah, and everyone was asking me, "Do you think you're gonna win the Club World Cup?" And I was saying yes, and they were saying why, and I said because of the badge. And everyone was like, "What does that mean? The badge ain't gonna win you games." Da, 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 da. But if all these players that we all think are not good enough and we all don't rate them manage to do that,
if you buck PSG again, you think you win the round of 16?
Oof. Look, they got a chip on their shoulders. But you could argue it's a good time to play them. Ousmane Dembele suspended. Their defense hasn't been so great. I'm not going to back away from that challenge. I'll be very interested to see us face that team without Maresca as well, but also how they will take that challenge mentally amongst the players. Rosine has a good record against PSG. He drew 3-3 last time he played them with Strasbourg. So, and he's beat them as well. So, yeah, I'd be open to that. My expectations, is the Champions League and to qualify for Champions League football.
Let me tell you something.
I'll take an FA Cup and qualification.
You're potentially going to face either PSG or Newcastle. You back yourself to beat either of them in a two-legged tie.
Yep. And then quarterfinal is at a Spurs or Liverpool. Oh my days. Bro, ask cash money. Then from the moment you're in a semi-final, anything can happen. That you need to realize the two times you won the Champions League.
I don't think if you get past Newcastle, I don't think if you get Newcastle, you get past them. But if you get PSG, I don't back you to get past them.
And I respect that, but just to the way we beat them, I cannot turn. I don't think any Chelsea fan after the way we beat them is going to tell you we won't beat them in the tie. That's me being honest. But I can understand why you'd say that, and I respect your opinion.
But you gotta remember, Liam Rossigna is not Maresca. Maresca tactically outclassed. PSG on that day.
Like I said, Rosine has also beaten Luis Enrique's PSG. He's got a good record against them with a worse team. Also, if you actually look at that final, Maresca didn't beat PSG by playing Maresca ball anyway. We didn't do 3-2-5, horizontal passing, breaking down. We had overlapping fullbacks and we kicked it long.
Yeah, but they didn't track the fullbacks. And that was their tactical mistake, which led to your fullbacks having much more freedom, which led to Cole Palmer having much more freedom in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be honest, yeah. If we get past PSG,
you think
I think we knock out Liverpool or Spurs or Atletico. I think we beat any of those three teams. Down the moment you're in a semi-final, anything can happen. In regards to Champions League, anyway, the two times we won the Champions League, and take my advice because I know things you don't.
Yeah.
So nobody expected us to do it. The teams weren't good enough. We finished 6th the first time, went to an FA Cup final, and beat Liverpool, and then won that. Ryan Bertrand was playing left wing. 2021.
Both times you won it, you had a goalkeeper playing out of his mind, and you had a defense that was solid.
The first one, the defense, there was a good defensive performance against Barcelona away, and it was great performance, obviously, basically away at the Allianz as well in that final. Yes, we had two great defensive performances, but all round that season, that defense was leaky. Napoli
in the league,
we could see a lot of goals in the tie as well in that round.
I'm talking about the individual performances and the players that you had. Mendy and Cech both did amazing during those tournaments, and you had Rudiger and a young Christensen and that defense was solid. I don't rate anybody in your team as much as I rate Rudiger or Christensen. In none of your players in this team are on that level.
I'm not putting that past you, yeah. But look, this is the similarities. Both times managers were sacked mid-season. Both times the team was labeled not good enough and needed a rebuild in the summer. Both times no one expected us to beat these teams. Both times we were underdogs at the highest regard when we came to that trophy. Even in regards to the Club World Cup, we was also underdogs. Underdog Chelsea is the best team in the world. There's no club better than Chelsea when we're underdogs.
So
how can I not go into this Champions League tie with everything that's going on and not say, we have to go with the Champions League? However, what I will say is our Champions League form is dependent on our FA Cup form, because both times we went to FA Cup finals. We lost to Leicester and we beat Liverpool 2012, 2021. So I need us, if we're not performing well in the FA Cup and we don't go to at least the semi-final or the final, then I don't think we do the Champions League. They have to go hand in hand. That's just how the script works.
I'll need to see who you get in your side of the draw. And I don't see no Thiago Silva. I don't see no Rudiger. I don't see no Christensen. I don't see no John Terry. So I don't trust your back line. But bringing it back, bro, do you trust your board with what's going on with the financial situation? Because I'm seeing
the wrong person.
I seen something today, guys. Forget about this for a second. If you guys actually go to Twitter, you'll see Aston Villa have financial problems, but Chelsea have financial problems. There's rumor that Chelsea have lost the most money in English football history, and there could be some potential player sales if you don't get Champions League football.
And this is like a tale that I've been saying since how long? We knew already, yeah. Obviously, we got very lucky. We got into the top four. We got into top four last season by the skin of our teeth. It was the last day, whatever. We spent a lot of money in that process anyway. Just thinking about that was the first time we ever qualified for Champions League football under Clear Lake. And look at the amount of money we spent. Any conversation about that amount of money being spent, you're not talking about fighting for your lives for Champions League football. You're talking about winning titles. Firstly, you look at the overall project anyway, the youth project, flipping for profit, like they've been saying that we do. Obviously, there's been successes in terms of profits that have been made, i.e., signing Noni for 35 million and selling him for 50 million. Examples like those, fair enough. But in hindsight, there's so many careers that have been buried, and we're getting rid of guys on a loss. Even the fact that we sold Conor Gallagher to Atletico Madrid, and in order to broker for pure profit, in order to get that sale over the line, we got João Felix, who then we later loaned out in January and sold him on a loss the next year. The way we do business has been terrible. We have spent combined 90 million on Garnacho and Gittins after qualifying for Champions League football and winning the Club World Cup. Like, you just think of the amount of malpractice that we have done. A lot of people in my fan base hate when I say this, and I'm sorry for saying this on the Arsenal platform, but 105 million on Enzo Guanzo Fernandez is criminal. I am yet to see him show up and rise the worth that he was actually.
Does he still divide opinion in the Chelsea fan base?
Oh, I thought you guys loved him. No, there's people that love him, but there's people that do tell the truth. You can say what you want about him, even if you do love him. He has not been value for money of 105 million. He has not shown 105 million worth of performances. I'm yet to see 105 million moments. The only games they will bring you is a 1-1 draw to Liverpool first game of the season, an equalizer against Betis in a Conference League final. If that's enough, those two moments, don't forget he backhilled 1v1 in the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool, which we later lost.
In the cup.
Yeah, a free kick. Yeah, that free kick against Villa. Bro, come on, bro. We spent 105 million on this, bro. Like, everything about this project's been a mess, yeah? And I said this 2 weeks ago and everyone called me negative. I said, when we dropped points to Leeds, I said, if we don't make Champions League football, don't be surprised if guys have to get sold. Enzo's changed his agent and he's been negotiating a new contract. Caicedo's been negotiating a contract with them for 18 months. Search Fabrizio contract. Go on Fabrizio, search Caicedo contract on his page. You'll see that they've been negotiating a contract for 18 months. It hasn't been done, and he's got a new agent. At the end of the day, this project isn't attractive for the best players in the world. I met Vinny Jr. in person, yeah. I linked Vinny Jr. in person in New York, yeah. And the first thing I said to him, of course, you know me, is come and join Chelsea. Come into Chelsea. I swear to God, God strike me down if I'm lying. It's even Ramadan. I'll say wallahi, yeah. He looked me in the face, said Chelsea, and laughed. That's the best player. That's the best winger of the 2020s, yeah. He said Chelsea and laughed in my face, bro. So if he feels like
no, because he's a Real Madrid player, why would he?
I understand, but there's it was like a bit like to him it was like Chelsea. Like
Could
what?
it be because you guys don't pay the wages?
It could be that. That is a big part because what players are coming in for 150k a week, and that's a big issue that we've had for a long time. You think about the under 25 model. A lot of the Clear Lake fans used to always say, "Well, PSG and Real Madrid have an under 25 model."
PSG have the highest wage bill in the Champions League.
Thank you. Real Madrid as well. They targeted the likes of Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. These Tchouaméni, these were amongst the creme de la creme of under 25s. We signed Nico Jackson for 30 million, and in hindsight, that's actually good value for money for 30 million.
You should have kept him. He's better than Delap.
Yeah, I agree. I said it at the time, but it's like a lot of these people in our fan base were slandering Roman Abramovich for this new ownership that proved nothing. Ed Barley came out and said that this football club has been poorly ran. When they were doing, do you know the reason why this tax loss is shown up as the biggest in history is because UEFA don't count selling assets to yourself, whereas the PSR do. So them selling the hotels and the training ground and all of that, these little loopholes that everyone was celebrating, which is already mad, by the way, that the fact that was selling our actual hotel, Cobham, all of this stuff, the women's team is being sold to Blue Coal. That's already mad, yeah. And no one's even calling this stuff out anyway, which is crazy. But it doesn't count. So all these little loopholes we've been hiding about, no, the reality is actually hit people and they've seen what it is. And if you don't get Champions League qualification, kiss this project goodbye. Kiss this.
Let me stop you there. Will you get it?
Listen, 7 points in our next 3 games, and I think we do. That's my target. 7 points in our next 3 games. We've got Aston Villa away and Newcastle at home. And you guys.
So Newcastle at home. Bro, I don't know if you're getting 7 points. I don't know if you're getting any points from Aston Villa and Arsenal. What's your record against Aston Villa?
Away or at home? We got away. It's not. The last 2 ain't been pretty. Last one, Jorgensen just had a howl. I think we lost 3-1. The time before that, it was 2-2. Badger Shield scored a late winner, got disallowed. But we got a good home record against them. But they did obviously get a result from us against us at home this season. Look, like I said, underdog Chelsea, is the best team of all time. When we was last season, we had the exact same conversation about our fixtures. Obviously, it wasn't this intense. We still have to go Anfield. We still got to face United. We face United and City back to back. We've got Spurs.
Why am I calling you Nico Williams?
Nico Williams is crazy. I've heard it all. I said it depends on what it depends what I do in my hair. So I hear it all. But
up to you for the super chat, but bro, you're dissing or lying.
But yeah, literally, we still got to go to the Stadium of Light, all of that. So last season, yes, we had after the Fulham.
You have it in your hands. You're playing a lot of the teams that you're going to be going up against for the top 4. So, but let me ask you this: what do you think about Arsenal winning the league? Do you think it's going to happen?
Look, I've got to say no. I've got to say no just because you get me. I have to. Like at the end of the day,
objective, bro.
I believe words are no.
What you want. Tell me what you think is gonna happen.
I believe words are spells, bro. When you say certain things, they happen. The power of the tongue pause is very real. So I can't come out and say, yeah, I think you guys are gonna win the league still. That makes me a cock. However, I think that doesn't make you a cock.
One second. What makes you a cock is if you say, I think my team's gonna lose terribly and we're gonna gift Arsenal the league. That's different. But if you say, I think you guys are gonna be better than Man City, that's not being a cock. Being a cock is what Liverpool are doing. Win it for me, Manchester.
Look, I'll be honest, yeah. What I will say, you can take it, and all the Arsenal fans in there can take it however you will. This is the most I've ever feared the possibility of you guys winning the league. You guys were in a title race when we were 12th at one point. So take that what you think in it. But yeah.
All right. And then going into this game, how do you think it's gonna go? Are you going, by the way? Are you going?
No, I'm not going. I'm actually hosting a screening party in at Box Park. I'm doing a watch along there at Box
A
Park. So
screen party.
yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna stream it.
Yeah, I'm streaming. I'm doing a watch along like I would do, but it'd be out. There's gonna be people behind at the Box Park, screens everywhere like that. So it'd be Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, just kind of give the audience an in-person, watch along what it's like. It's a rivalry, it's London. So
Last time somebody did that, it was Kojo and Man United beat us.
no way. I need to watch that. But
Kojo was celebrating Gyökeres getting subbed on. It went viral.
yeah, I need to watch that. But yeah, literally, I think we win the win. I think we win the midfield battle. What I would say, yeah, is we need to do the exact opposite of what we done the last time we went there, and honestly give you the ball, because the truth is you would fear dropping points against us more than we will. You need to get maximum points in this situation. You are at home. Give you guys the ball and hit you guys in transition, similar to what Manchester United did, similar to what Wolverhampton did. And I promise you, I've been saying this for 3 years. I think we're a counter-attacking team. I think we should focus on playing back five haram ball and instead of this possession bollocks. And with players like Palmer, Neto, Enzo who can pick out a pass, who thrive in transition, I think it would better suit our team. But you will see. I think the perfect example of that would be this weekend.
We don't concede from transition. We concede from our own errors being forced by the opponent or long shots. Do you guys have a long shot on you?
João Pedro, Caicedo, Reece James. In terms of forcing errors, that will come by giving you the ball. If we allow you to play your game and we're counter pressing, I think we will do what we need to do.
Some of our goals previously have come from Declan Rice mistakes, 2 Gabriel mistakes, and
Zubimendi. Yeah. And that just tells me there's a mistake in you guys. Now the question is, go ahead, sorry.
If you press us in our own box, you can force an error. But it has to be a situation where we're playing around with the ball too much in our own half and you get onto us.
Right, look, I just think we got to give you guys the ball. The moment, that a 3-2-5 gets deployed, I see someone in the chat saying 3-2-5 horizontal passing deployed. It's over. It's just we don't need to do all of that, bro. Let's just give you man the ball, hit you on the break, and we move. We need to watch film. One of my favorite ever Emirates win was the modern era. Emirates win was the Frank Lampard season where Tammy and Willian got you guys. We were 1-0 down. Jorginho, yeah, and then that. So that one, and that is the exact way we got to do it.
Last minute smash and grab, Tammy.
Yeah, smash and grab. That's all I need, and I'm happy with that. Like,
what's your team going to be like?
Well, assuming everyone's fit, I'm very interested to see the centre back pairing, because could we potentially see Mamadou Sarr get a call in now that Fofana's out? It's a big start. It's his first Premier League. It will be his Premier League debut.
You're the manager. What are you changing from the last game?
Yeah, obviously. Oh my God, I just remembered the left back. Okay, cool. I'm putting Hato instead of Gusto. As much as I love Sean Paul, I've got to do that. I didn't know you could do this on FotMod, by the way. That's crazy. And I'll put Mamadou Sarr instead of Fofana.
Baptist of Fire.
And then I'll leave everything else how it is.
All right. For me, I'm just going to leave it as it is. We've had a week off for the first time in months. So
you guys have no injury issues with barring Havertz, right?
Bro, when I tell you, 90% of our players are coming back to full fitness right now, and we only have one player out injured. Like out of our whole team, I think it's just Max Dowman. That's the only person who's no Moreno. Moreno's injured. Dowman's back soon. Havertz is ready. Ben White's ready, and everyone else is fit. So the whole team is fit for the first time this season, except for Moreno.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. That's
Well,
impressive.
you guys.
Oh, at the right time of the season as well, that they're getting fit again.
Yeah,
by the way.
well, you guys got a couple guys out. Like
Yeah,
Philip
Kukurea,
Jorgensen.
obviously. Gittins is out for pretty
Who's
much.
this guy?
Sugo, he was at the Caicedo cover, and he got injured that preseason.
Am I crazy, or I have not seen him play too much?
He hasn't played. He played preseason, and that's it.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know most of your players. I'm like, the hell? But yeah, so this is how they're projecting your team to look like. Excluding Fofana, of course.
Yeah. And Hato instead of Gusto. People are talking about Tosin. That's crazy. If
Gusto plays for Saka, would you back him?
If Gusto what?
If Gusto's playing left back versus Saka, would you back him in a 1v1?
No, I won't back him still. That's long.
All right. What's your prediction? We gotta go. I know you gotta go.
We gotta win. Up the Chelsea.
What's your score prediction?
Score. I hate score predictions, bro. I'm gonna
tell me how you think the game's gonna go if you win. How about that?
Okay, we'll score early. You'll equalize. Then you try to put the pressure on us and you overcommit, and we'll get you again. 2-1 Chelsea. Counter-attacking. Smash and grab.
I think Liam Racine is going to go with a similar tactic to what you said. He's going to try to play defensive to start the game, keep the game close. If and when we score, you're then going to have to open up and put more attackers higher up the pitch, and that's where we catch you out. I think we finished the game 2-0, Arsenal victory.
2-0, yeah.
You guys come out of it with no goals.
Wow, clean sheet.
Clean sheet.
I want to mind you technically conceded 2 against Spurs.
We technically conceded 2. We technically conceded 1 because that was a foul, and the referee correctly called it off.
It wasn't a foul, but okay.
You've seen it be given. You've seen it be given.
You conceded 2 to Wolves. You conceded to Brentford. Like right now, defensively, you're not what you were when you started.
How many of those games are at home?
What? So that's what you
last 3 games. How many of them are at home?
You conceded 2 to Kyra at home.
Yeah, bro. We threw. If you've seen the team versus Kyra, you'll understand.
You conceded 3 to United at home.
That was our only loss of the season at home.
You know, but we're not talking about losses. We're talking about conceding, because you're saying you're going to get
time we conceded 3 goals in over 2.5 years.
Yeah, agreed. But you're still conceding at a higher clip than you were at the start of the season. I don't think you get a clean sheet. I'm sorry.
Okay, 2-1 then. Same thing. We still win. That's all that matters to me. I don't care about the clean sheet necessarily. But of course, I think I make a strong case on why we're going to win. You feel like you've made a strong case on why you think you're going to win. Regardless, we're going to have to wait and see what happens on Sunday. Thank you, CB. I really do appreciate it. Guys, do check out CB's channel. He's doing amazing things. And I'll say, one of the only people out here in the football space doing IRL streams. Shout out to you, bro.
Thank you, bro. I've got a mad IRL stream next Thursday, exactly this week, Thursday. I'm doing the London Football Awards, red carpet. So I might even see a couple of your boys. Yeah, suited up. Of course. I got so Eze's nominated, Declan Rice, Arteta, Timber, of course Caicedo, Esteval. So I'm gonna interview everyone in the red carpet. So hopefully I run into them on the stream. So make sure you guys are there.
Listen to H here. H here saying Egal cries about referees, but you don't talk about them when they favor you. I actually do. I'm one of the people who sat there and said when Odegaard got the handball at Anfield, they should have just gave the penalty. When certain things favor us, I'm one of these people who does call it out. But when people are over here crying and bitching about one decision, but then not even speaking about it when it happens against City, it just tells me you guys are just watching Arsenal games to nitpick everything. And when Man City,
let's be real though, that was a foul though.
Let's talk about the fact that Bernardo Silva literally barges into the man. Should have been sent off when he's on a yellow.
Okay, cool, but that's this is what you do, yeah. When Arsenal get favorable decisions, you deflect.
I'm
But
not
when
deflecting. I don't think it's a favorable
it wasn't
decision.
a foul.
I think it's a 50-50, and the referee calls it.
So what about the goal that Ekatike scored against them,
The
which
goal
was
that
even
Ekitike scored against them,
way more contact as well in the header they scored against them. Way more contact.
I think the logic is that they both jumped up into the air. I don't know. Personally, for me, it's the same situation. Both of them should be either ruled out or both of them should be given. In my situation, I would say both of them should be ruled out.
Okay.
What about the one
it's
that Newcastle at Newcastle's ground? Gabriel gets pushed
yeah,
again. That
exactly.
shouldn't have been given.
I don't think that what's happened now, yeah.
You think
It's
he flopped?
defenders that's exactly what I think. Defenders feel contact and in a situation where they know they're gonna lose the duel. If you at the end of the day, it's football's a physical game. If you're like tossing them with a defender or getting into it with a defender, especially Arsenal fans, you know this better than everyone due to your success in corners. And now the opposing defender who you're already getting physical with doesn't jump, or you manage to jump higher than them, of course there's going to be contact. So now a defender can anticipate the fact they've lost the duel and throw themselves.
Even if they got given the goal, I still believe we win the game. Like
I agree, but now we don't know. I think that killed the derby because I actually thought you would have thought like it would have been more interesting.
But then I could also give you the stats and say they did nothing after that.
I agree, but at the end of the day, now we don't know. It's a hypothetical, and that's the problem.
What about Newcastle's goal that got disallowed the other day? Nobody speaks about that. That was much more egregious. I'm telling you, bro, CB, we are the main character of football across every sport. I see Barcelona, Real Madrid in a title race. Barcelona drops points. Wallahi, people are talking about Arsenal.
Football's a bit of a drag, but okay.
Are you serious?
Can I ask you a question? Do you think Arsenal are a European giant?
No, we're not a European giant. But when it comes to social media, we are a bigger name right now than Barcelona or Real Madrid. You see more people talking about Arsenal than Barcelona or Real Madrid. Let's be honest.
Well, we're in England, bro.
Forget about England. Even in America on ESPN, they talk more about Arsenal on a week-to-week basis.
Because they've got deals with the Premier League. Like, let's be real. If anything that happens with Real Madrid and Barcelona will always be bigger than anything Arsenal's got going on. Unless you guys win a trophy, the league, because that hasn't happened in so long, then obviously that'll be big.
Let me reiterate. Barcelona lost 4-0 to Atletico Madrid, and people cared more about Arsenal dropping points to Brentford.
In England.
Across the world.
I don't know. On the YouTube world, you need to realize, Arsenal fans are the pioneers of this whole world now of fan cams and this and that, this in YouTube. So when Arsenal drop points, of course the content creators are going to make this the biggest thing ever because you guys carry the engagement. You guys are the I think of the AFTV crew, you might know the pioneers, the best content creators in this thing are Arsenal fans. So that's why
you're going to be a lot more angry as a Chelsea fan if Arsenal win, because now you're going to have to look at your club as not winning a league title for how many years.
I already look at them like that. I would be a lot angrier, of course, because now you could. I think for the first time since I've been watching football, we could argue that Chelsea or London isn't blue if you guys win it. As things stand, we still we've got the Champions Leagues, we're champions of the world. You have had a longer trophy drought than us. We can still have this argument and whatever. All them bragging rights go out the window the moment you guys win that.
Do you agree if we win one Champions League, you no longer have anything over us?
Nah, you need one ain't enough. One ain't enough. Sorry, bro.
Man City have overtaken you in trophies.
Yeah, but you know why they're not looked at as bigger than us? Because one ain't enough.
Fan base.
Because one Champions League ain't enough.
Hey,
that's just facts.
Hey, you're always gonna have something to argue about, but I'll tell you this. I'm not trying to be that guy right now. There's no point of talking about trophies and fighting over trophies. CB, you have yourself a wonderful day. I really do appreciate you doing
You
the
too,
stream.
brother.
If you ever want me on your channel, man, let me know. I'll
No, you're
join
more than
in.
welcome, bro. You're more than welcome.
And thank you for educating everyone on the black spray. That I always wanted to ask you what that was about.
No, no worries, bro.
Have a
Love,
good
man.
day, guys. Then everyone.